Alright, what's going on guys? Salim here, and welcome to another video on the channel. And in today's video, I want to talk about the recent Wallo update and a lot of things that is going to be changing in the economy of Wizard101. So the biggest part about this recent test round patch or update, in my opinion, has got to be the crafter guy named Bingo that you can see on screen right now. Now, Bingo is actually, quite a bit of innovation for KingsIsle's game design, so I will say that is a positive in general. So guys, we have a lot of new things here to take in, right? We have a crafting system where all you need is dream water to craft pins or jewels at all, really, right? We have gear right now as well, the Athame amulet, ring, and the decks. Obviously, we do not have any of the new actual gear, like the wand, the hat, the robe, the shoes, stuff like that. So I think this is very important to talk about because one of the most common critiques and complaints from the player base is the barrier to entry for a lot of these things, right? How inaccessible it is to get these jewels or get stuff, to be ready to do advanced content like PvP or like raids, right? But this update significantly lowers that barrier to entry because now I can just directly craft what I want. Like if I need exactly a 16% jewel or a pip jewel, I can just simply go here and craft this now, right? As opposed to farming like, maybe a day or hours, in Imperia to get these jewels. Now I can simply just farm it and craft it with whatever the stream water is. Now, we don't know how to get the stream water right now. I assume it's going to be transmuted via dream stone, obviously, but I'm really hoping KingsIsle doesn't make this stuff extremely tedious like Novus was, right? Pretty much the entire community was not a fan of the Novus pity system, farming system, gear acquisition, if you will. So I'm really hoping, the dream water and the Dreamstone is reasonable for the player to obtain and get at a steady rate so they can actually craft the stuff they want to get, right? So in general, this is really good, but I really hope they don't mess up the accessibility in terms of acquiring the dream reagents, But simply just like making the, pure jewels at this vendor able to be crafted is insane, right? The best way to get pure jewels before this update, like in live realm, is to simply open your wallet and spend crowns on the pack to get it. That is the best way, most reliable way, and the fastest way to get pure jewels right now in live realm is by pay to winning. I know you guys, if you watch the channel, you guys always see me open that pack because there's no way you're asking me to farm hours, days to get 3 pure jewels on one setup. There's no way I'm doing that. So it is good that they're making this stuff a lot more accessible. Like I said at the start of the video, I'm very, very happy about this change in particular. Obviously we have the rest of the stuff as well, that we saw in the comments there from Hephaestus, that we could buy for gold at the start of test round. So all that stuff is just simply transferred here. Also, I do want to talk about the pin system, right? The pin system was, a very common complaint as well, with the introduction of Novus last year, guys. So, basically, what a common complaint with the pin system was, guys, is the fact of the matter that you can farm and farm and farm and never get the pin you want, right? A good example, if you guys are keeping up with my channel, is I'm trying to farm dual school stuff for my death on, storm setup, my dorm setup. And I've been farming months for one pin, my last punishing pin, and I cannot get it on my death wizard, right? So other players are going to share that experience that I have, but now I can actually just simply farm it or simply just craft that last storm pin that I'm going to want for my setup, right? I think this is extremely good, and you're not going to just have to sit there and suffer and just farm and trash all these extra pins that you don't want for a setup, I think it's good that I can just simply choose what I want now, or, maybe transmute something that I want. I think that'd be really cool as well. But I think it's extremely good that they are making the barrier entry way lower, and they're making the game a lot more accessible. right? One of my most common critiques on the channel, if you guys watch a lot as well, is the fact of the matter that KingsIsle is still, you know, their monetization and their practices are very dated. So what I'm saying when I say that, y'all, is the fact of the matter, you know, we have stuff like packs, right? You look at loot boxes like 4, 5, 6 years ago, right? People did that. Wiz still has packs everywhere. I can't simply just give Wiz $20 and get a piece of gear, right? Wiz doesn't really have that kind of system. But hopefully we're starting to see some more of that stuff with this bingo gear crafting update, that I can simply just choose the thing I want, the jewel I want, you know, the pin I want, the gear I want, and have it be a reasonable time to get as well, unlike Novas, right? So hopefully this is a step in the right direction, and I hope they can really apply this to some of their monetization practices as well, you know? Because, for example, you can look at this mount I have, right, the Stompy Bronto. The only way you can get the best stats in the game, or some of the best builds, is simply by opening your wallet. But if I could simply buy the Stompy Bronto, just, I don't know, $5 for the Stompy Bronto, straight up, I would do that. You would probably do that, right? Rather than open a pack and spend upwards to $200 like some people have and still not get the mount that they are going for, right? So I'm really hoping this is a start of a new era for Wiz, and I'm really happy to see this kind of implementation into the game. I honestly wasn't expecting them to do this. It's a great idea, but honestly, I feel like myself and a lot of players have been very low in terms of the standards for Wiz as of lately. It's just, the game's not doing that great in general, unfortunately. So I'm really happy to see, you know, something like this make it into the game, and just like probably the best part about the Wallo update, in my opinion. Now, you're probably wondering, Liam, where the hell is the gear, right? There's no gear. There's the theme, ring, amulet, and deck. Now, I'll be making a video on this pretty soon, guys. Don't worry. But basically, this stuff is not going to be accessible for the first month or so of Wallo. You're going to have to farm this, essentially, from a Nightmare Gauntlet or a Nightmare Dungeon that's coming pretty soon in January, I think they said. So, again, I'll have a video breaking that down in detail pretty soon on the channel here, y'all, but I really want to make a video talking about this system, and I think this is probably, like I said, maybe the best part about the Wallo update, obviously aside from the PvE story content we're getting. I think in terms of systems, this is a step in the right direction. I really hope they can take this and, you know, implement this kind of system into the Crown Shop and more areas of the game. I think that'll, again, make the player base a lot more happy, a lot more consumer friendly, right? And hopefully get rid of these, you know, shady practices like, you know, packs, stuff like that, or even these like bundles that are overpriced, you know, stuff like that. I really hope we can get some more direct monetization and just more direct systems into the game that are consumer friendly to the player. But what do you guys think about this update? Do you guys like this update? What would you change about it? Like I said, personally, I'm a fan of this part of Wallo. Alongside of the world, a very beautiful world, very nice ending as well to the lore at the end. I'm not going to spoil that if you guys haven't seen that, but you know, I really like the world. I really like this new update, this new system. But I'm looking forward to see your feedback down there in the comments below, guys. And if you made this far, a like, rating, and a sub is always appreciated. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, y'all.